Okay, let's unpack this. What if I told you that one of the NBA's biggest superstars may have secretly been paid, well, $28 million dollars for doing basically nothing?
That's quite a hook.
It is, right? We're talking about Kawhi Leonard, the Los Angeles Clippers, and their owner, Steve Ballmer. They're all kind of caught up now in this stunning allegation involving a mysterious startup.
And the core accusation, this no-show job idea.
Exactly, a financial arrangement that's now triggered a full NBA investigation. And look, this could really redefine how we understand player contracts, team integrity, the whole thing.
Definitely sounds like something with major implications.
So our mission today is really to cut through the noise, give you the vital context on this unfolding story. Is it just, schmoot business, pushing boundaries in pro sports?
Or something more calculated.
Or, yeah, if the allegations hold, is it a sophisticated scheme? Something designed specifically to get around the NBA's salary cap rules, gain an unfair edge.
A huge difference there.
It is. So we're diving deep into a story that could honestly shake the league to its core. We're going to try and illuminate every crucial detail so you can really grasp what's at stake here.
Okay, let's get into it.
Right, let's jump straight into the heart of it. This no-show job scandal, as people are calling it, the initial claim, the one that makes everyone lean in, it centers on a specific arrangement.
A $28 million deal.
Yeah, a massive $28 million 4-year marketing deal, allegedly made with a, seemingly respectable startup covering 2022 through 2025.
Okay, so far maybe sounds like a standard endorsement.
You'd think, but here's the kicker, the detail that really triggered the NBA's inquiry. Reports allege this whole thing functioned less like a real endorsement and more like a carefully constructed loophole. The company involved, which, by the way, was once heavily backed by Clippers owner Steve Ballmer himself.
Oh, interesting connection there.
Right. It reportedly paid Leonard's company this huge sum, but, and this is the key part, with no signs of actual promotional work from Kawhi.
So, the money changed hands, but the supposed service, the marketing, didn't happen.
That's the allegation. Think about it, a staggering amount of money with no discernible work being done. That's why insiders started using that phrase, no-show job.
Which implies...
What?
Exactly. Well, it implies a payment so completely detached from any real duties, any tangible responsibilities, that it strongly suggests it might have been designed only to sidestep the NBA's strict salary cap rules.
Those rules aren't just suggestions, are they? They're fundamental.
Exactly. They are the bedrock of competitive balance. Now, of course, the Clippers and Steve Ballmer, they vehemently denied all this, called the claims false, insisted everything was above board.
As you expect them to.
Naturally. But the allegations themselves, they just raise these fundamental questions about fairness in the league,
Absolutely. And what's truly, I think, unsettling here is how this alleged arrangement, if it's proven true, it directly challenges the very architecture of the league's financial structure.
How so, specifically? Well, for anyone who follows the NBA, the salary cap isn't just some number. It's this meticulously constructed system. It's designed specifically to ensure competitive balance across all teams.
Right. Keep the playing field level. Or try to.
Exactly. And what makes this alleged no-show job so potent, if it's proven, is how it doesn't just bend those rules. It seems to create an entirely invisible financial lever.
Invisible, like off the books.
Precisely. It suggests a sophisticated attempt to build a super team, not through, public bidding and transparent contract negotiation.
The stuff we usually see and talk about.
Right. But through private, potentially untraceable side deals. It's almost like a kind of dark money, but in professional sports.
Wow, that's a strong comparison.
Well, think about it. This isn't about just overspending where everyone can see it. It's about concealed compensation.
Yeah.
An off-books endorsement like this, if the allegations hold true, could let a team effectively skirt those regulations entirely. They could pay a superstar more, significantly more, without that extra amount ever hitting their official public salary cap.
Which creates an immediate unfair advantage.
An immediate unfair advantage that the rest of the league can't even see, let alone counter. It just completely undermines the spirit of fair competition.
And the idea that success comes from, smart drafting, good coaching, transparent deals.
Exactly. It signals a subtle vulnerability, maybe, in the league's competitive safeguards.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, far more insidious than just a simple contract violation.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the picture you've painted there of such a deep challenge to the league's integrity, it makes the NBA's response absolutely critical, doesn't it?
It does. Crucial.
And we know they didn't just stand by, they've launched a formal investigation. They want to determine if this deal really crossed the line into illicit territory. So, from your perspective, what are the most immediate and tangible consequences that could start unfolding, for the Clippers, for Kawhi, if these allegations turn out to be true?
Right. Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, allegations this serious, they have led to significant crackdowns before. This isn't completely uncharted territory for the NBA.
You mean there's precedent?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We only have to look back to a really crucial historical precedent, the 2000 Minnesota Timberwolves case.
Ah, yes, I remember that. Joe Smith.
Exactly. That was a landmark moment. In that instance, the Timberwolves were found to have made a secret deal with a player, Joe Smith, specifically to circumvent the salary cap. And the penalties were, well, remarkably severe.
What happened? Remind us?
They were stripped of multiple crucial draft picks, 5 first-round picks initially, though some were later restored, and fined heavily. It sent a very clear message across the entire league.
Okay, so that's the benchmark.
That's the benchmark.
Yeah.
So when we consider what could happen if the Clippers are found guilty of something similar, the potential repercussions are profound.
Like what specifically?
Well, we're talking potentially massive fines, easily running into the tens of millions of dollars.
Okay.
Then there's the very real possibility of losing crucial draft picks, assets that are absolutely essential for building a team's future, maintaining strength for years. That can cripple a franchise.
Huge impact.
Huge. And perhaps the most devastating outcome of all. It could be the voiding of player contracts.
Voiding Kawhi's contract.
It's on the table in extreme cases like this. It would just throw their entire roster, their championship aspirations, everything, into complete disarray.
Wow.
So, yeah, this raises a really important question. What kind of message would that sort of verdict send? Not just to the Clippers, but to every single team in the league about the absolute necessity of sticking to the rules, the principles of fair competition.
That Timberwolves precedent is definitely stark. But, given the current NBA landscape, star power is everything. Player movement is so visible. Do you think the league truly has the appetite to impose such devastating penalties on a player like Kawhi and a major market team like the Clippers?
That's an excellent question. And it's certainly a factor, in the league's calculations. Politics, market size, star power, they always played a role.
Right.
However, the NBA's commitment to competitive balance, or at least the appearance of it, has always been a cornerstone of its appeal, its brand.
True.
So if they don't act decisively in a case like this, if these allegations are proven true, well, it could set a really dangerous precedent. It might imply that some teams or some players are just too big to fail, or, too big to penalize severely.
Which would damage trust.
Exactly. It would erode trust in the entire system, and that's something the league really can't afford. Ultimately, the integrity of the game for all 30 teams probably has to take precedence, even over the immediate marketability of one star or one franchise.
That makes sense. It has to. And this brings us back to Kawhi Leonard himself. He's famously one of the most, enigmatic and private superstars in the game.
Definitely known for his silence.
Right. Stoic demeanor, prefers staying out of the spotlight, yet here he is, suddenly tied to this massive $28 million payment funneled through a apparently struggling company. How does this kind of alleged hidden financial deal square with the public persona of silence and discretion? It feels contradictory.
It's a fascinating paradox, isn't it? Kawhi's signature silence, which was once just seen as a defining personality trait, now becomes amplified. It becomes, in a way, kind of central to this whole scandal.
How so?
Well, if these allegations are true,
Yeah.
right? And if the deal really was structured primarily around keeping him in Los Angeles, and crucially, if he did little or nothing to actually fulfill the supposed endorsement obligations,
Then the silence speaks volumes.
then his very quietness becomes the loudest signal. It suggests, perhaps, a profound calculation, an attempt to operate entirely outside the usual scrutiny that comes with big contracts and endorsements. This isn't just about, say, a breach of trust. It hints at maybe a meticulously planned strategy to secure a player's services by exploiting a financial gray area and maybe counting on that very discretion, that silence, to keep it hidden.
So if the allegations hold up, are we looking at what started as maybe a clever business strategy that went wrong? Or was it always a sophisticated plot to quietly rewrite the rules? Or something else entirely? And crucially, what happens next in this investigation?
Right. The immediate steps for the NBA in this ongoing investigation, they're going to be incredibly thorough, meticulous. You have to assume that.
Meaning what? Digging deep.
Oh, yeah. They will sift through every single detail, every contract, every payment record, internal communications between the team, the company, Kawhi's representatives, testimony from everyone involved.
Like a forensic audit?
Exactly. It's a deep forensic dive into all the financial dealings, and it's designed not only to uncover the facts, the truth of what happened, but crucially to determine intent.
Intent. That's key.
Absolutely key. Was this a genuine marketing deal that simply went awry? Maybe the startup failed, maybe plans changed.
Yeah.
Or was it a deliberate, sophisticated attempt right from the start to circumvent the rules?
And the potential consequences for the Clippers, you mentioned them, they sound immense.
They're absolutely immense. I mean, consider a team that is invested so heavily. A team specifically designed for a championship run now.
All in.
All in. Suddenly, they could be facing the prospect of losing those key assets we talked about, draft picks. Or even worse, potentially facing voided contracts.
And Kawhi's deal specifically.
Kawhi's deal, which was celebrated as the cornerstone, the foundation of the franchise build. It might just unravel overnight. That would be catastrophic, a blow to their entire organization, their competitive future. It could set them back years.
And no question.
And this sparks that even broader question for the entire league. It's unavoidable. If this type of alleged no-show job, this kind of arrangement, was really happening in Los Angeles, seemingly under the nose of the NBA, well, what does that say about the integrity of the system in other markets?
Could it be happening elsewhere?
Could similar invisible financial advantages be operating elsewhere without detection? It forces you to ask. So this story isn't just about Kawhi Leonard or the Clippers anymore.
It's bigger than that.
It's about the very integrity of a league that fundamentally thrives on the idea of fairness and competitive balance. A system that needs to ensure the best teams win through skill, strategy, good management, not through hidden financial levers. That fundamental principle, that's really what's on trial here.
So as you can clearly see, this investigation is ongoing. The full truth, well, it's still being uncovered. And the consequences could really alter not just the Clippers' path to a potential championship, but maybe the very fabric of the NBA itself.
A lot riding on it.
A huge amount. So for you, our listener, looking to grasp the essence of this unfolding story, it's clear this isn't just about basketball, is it?
Not at all.
It's about that intersection of high-stakes business, ethical boundaries, and, frankly, the relentless pursuit of competitive advantage in pro sports. We hope this deep dive has helped you cut through some of the noise, giving you that vital context to understand what's really happening.
Yeah, and when allegations like this surface, every team, every fan, really has a reason to pay close attention. Because it challenges a fundamental assumption we all make.
Which is?
That the rules are being followed equally by everyone. So if the guardrails, the things meant to ensure competitive balance, can be bent or even broken in silence, what does that really mean for the future of the game?
A sobering thought.
It is. And considering Kawhi Leonard's signature silence, that defining trait, what does it say when that very silence, once his trademark, suddenly becomes the loudest sound in the league surrounding a scandal of this potential magnitude? It's a question I think that's going to echo long after this investigation finally concludes.